Hey guys, Tony here. I wanted to drop a quick TA on GameStop. I'm in the bathroom, so if you hear me make certain noises, just kind of ignore it, right? But I wanted to make a quick TA on GameStop and why I'm 100% more bullish now on GameStop than I was before. As some of you guys know, I'm a big believer of gaps always get filled. 100%. I do think that theory or that kind of like lore in trading is 100% real. A lot of people say that, oh, gaps don't have to get filled, gaps don't have to get filled. I think that's a lie, right? I think that 100% gaps always need to get filled, and that's something that I always will 100% believe in, right? The only reason I was worried about GameStop, and moving forward is fundamentals don't matter with GameStop, right? And TA doesn't really work. But the thing is, you know, GameStop has been pretty respectable to all the indicators recently, and that's the weird part because when something is extremely bullish, it tends to be, you know, close to like 90% of the time it tends to like respect indicators relatively well. But that's only when we're like in a very bullish market, right? Because when you say like, everybody's always right in a bullish market, it's because indicators tend to work extremely well when there's like a huge bullish rally. But apart from that, that's neither here nor there, right? Let's go back to what I wanted to originally talk about. What I wanted to talk about originally was this gap right here. There was this huge gap between $158 and then this one right here at $250. Huge, massive gap, right? That's like $100 gap right there from here to here. That's the only reason why I was scared of GameStop and, potentially seeing a huge drop in at any time, which is basically what happened here. A couple of days ago, on what day was this? On the 28th, which is when we dropped massively, almost back to like the $100 and something level. We dropped big, but the biggest thing here is that we filled that gap. That's the most important part, is that we filled this gap right here, which is absolutely amazing. So as of right now, I am still 100% bullish on GameStop. I think this thing can absolutely fucking fly. The only problem now is that it's my wife texting me about our baby, but the only problem now is that we're limited. I mean, as far as I know, the only brokerage right now that's keeping people from buying is Robinhood. Last I heard, there was Webull, E-Trade, Jesus. Webull, E-Trade, Robinhood, Trading 212. I know there's a couple. As far as I know, Robinhood is the only one that's still limiting you. I don't know about the other brokers, but I was worried about this gap right here because I thought, GameStop is great to get in, but I think this gap is going to get filled. And guess what? 100%, it just got filled a couple days ago, right? And now once gaps get filled, the breaks are completely gone. So if you have like a stock, that's mooning or that's doing something with, that's going down, I always tend to have, basically have a gap as kind of like a consensus of like, oh, hey, you know what? This can possibly go back down, right? We can hit 500, but guess what? We might drop massively to fill in this gap. And as of right now, actually, one of my buddies actually got in like around the $200 level because I was talking about it. I was talking to him about this gap that needed to get filled. He's like, as soon as this gap gets filled, I'm like, buy 100%. And he actually managed to buy in at about $200. And currently, obviously, he's making a pretty decent amount of money, right? Like he bought shares and he also bought options. But the thing is that after this gap gets filled, there are no longer any breaks. There's nothing. So if GameStop is going down a hill, it's going to keep going. If it's going up a hill, it's going to keep going. I think that as of right now, GameStop, at whatever direction it decides to take this upcoming week, it's going to keep going and it's not going to stop. We are continuing this trend. You guys can see on the fib level right here. You guys can see this little like dotted line that's here in the middle, right? Let me see if I can zoom in for you guys a little bit more. This is on the 4-hour chart, so you guys can probably see, but this line right here, this is that trend line on the fib, and so far it's been pretty respectable on it, and it's been bouncing off every single time. And that lets me know that, hey, we're still bullish. We're still 100% bullish. We haven't crossed over this line right here, and we're still on a pretty good trajectory to go upwards. I do think that the next stop for GameStop, if we do break that, if we do break, this level of 376 again, I do think we're headed back. We're headed over to $600, and if we break that $600 mark, we are more than likely headed for $1,000, which is basically what everybody's end game was, And after that, 1,300, then 15, and then it's basically, it's basically a moonshot from there, right? Nobody knows where we're gonna go. As of right now, we're still really, really good. We're still pretty positive. We're developing a bottom on the 4 hour for the stochastic, and even on the day chart. On the day chart, the day chart doesn't seem to really like GameStop doesn't really respect the stochastic really on the day chart, so we can't really look at it. But on the 4 hour and even on the hour, it looks like we're going back up. Like it looks like we're going back up to we're going back up to that $400 level, potentially to that $600 level, right? I think that's probably gonna happen. I don't know what's gonna happen this week, but I do think that we're gonna see a huge jump on Monday. The only issue is that people are limited at buying GameStop right now, so I don't know what's gonna happen, right? Like if there was no limit on the shares that people could possibly purchase, 100%, I don't want to say I would guarantee, but I'd be like, statistically, I'd be like 90% sure that we'd be hitting $600 this week because there'd be no limits. But now, because there's limits on GameStop and possibly, now there's limits on Robinhood and possibly other brokers of how many shares you can buy, that increase in price can possibly be capped. To be honest, I don't know. As of right now, because of what happened, I don't know where GameStop can go, to be honest. We can definitely stay around this level and just kind of trade sideways, but because everything is capped right now at certain shares, right? It's kind of hard to kind of think about where GameStop's price is going to be, because it is being manipulated 100%. Like we already know this. The game is rigged. It's being manipulated, and everybody knows this, right? So as of right now, where we stand, where it can GameStop actually hit $600 because everybody is capped right now at how many shares that they can possibly purchase, which is the bad part. So I do think there's going to be a lot more liquid coming in because people are transferring all of their funds from Robinhood to possibly other brokers, or people are opening other brokerage or their other broker accounts and funding that. So that is going to take a couple days. I do think that GameStop will rally again, but not possibly maybe till like Wednesday or Thursday of this upcoming week, because that's when people's accounts are going to get funded and people's accounts are going to get approved, right? So I do think GameStop has a really solid chance of hitting $400 this week, but not till maybe later-ish in the week, possibly. Or that can be completely nulled and we hit $400 on Monday, right? But like I said, I am 100% bullish. The only thing that I was really worried about was this gap right here between the 250 and like 50-ish mark, right? That gap got filled, and as of right now, there are no more breaks. We're either going to do a straight shot up or GameStop is going straight down. I personally am 100% bullish. I think we are 100% bullish going in on Monday, which means that we are 100% bullish going in on other meme stocks like AMC, BlackBerry, Nokia. Even though I don't have any positions in BlackBerry and Nokia, I don't really like Nokia all that much. I don't think it's gonna do a moonshot. It's not shorted. BlackBerry, it's also just kind of on the hype. But AMC and GameStop have actually a pretty big short float, which is why I do have positions in AMC. I don't have a position in GameStop anymore. You guys know that I sold. I did like a 40K profit in like a couple days, right? But yeah, as of right now, the TA 100% supports GameStop towards a bullish movement. But is it actually going to hit these marks? I don't know, because all the brokerages still have caps on the shares that you can actually purchase, and then there's a lot of things happening right now, so it's kind of hard to really give my guess, right? If none of that was going on, I would be like 90% sure that we're hitting $600. And you guys know when I give out certain price targets, I usually am like all in, or I don't want to say I'm right all the time, right? But usually I tend to, when I do give a price target, I'm generally, very, very strong on my, very, very confident on my price targets, right? Sorry, I'll probably end the video because my wife is asking me about the little bunny, or baby. But yeah, I'll see you guys later. Still bullish on GameStop, but we have to gauge and see what this week is going on. I'll see you guys later.